Right, this is a quick video showing you how I'm going to set up my page for my empathy map, which is going to be our metacognitive tool that we're going to be using. The first thing I'm going to do with my page is I'm going to have my thinking column, so I'm going to take maybe a quarter of my page, maybe a bit less. Straight line down, thinking column, lovely job. Title's going to come up here, maybe a little light bulb doodle, something like that. And then over here I'm going to pop in a couple of little horizontal lines for my date and for my title. Okay, so they can go up there. Draw the lines first, do the writing afterwards. That's always the best way to do these, okay, because then make sure that your words stay straight and they all fit where they should fit. On my page I'm going to keep probably a little bit down here, so maybe a third of the pencil height. I'm just going to give myself a little mark. I'm going to leave that bit clear. That's going to be for my afternoon reflection. Okay, when it comes to creating my empathy map, so you can see my little, I'm coming down to here, this is where my reflection is going to be below here. When it comes to creating my empathy map, I'm going to start with the middle, and that's going to go kind of in the middle of this bit here, so about here. Okay, I'm going to give myself a straight line. This is going to be where I pop the title or the name of whoever I'm thinking about in my empathy map. Okay, so here in our ones here it's going to be a refugee, or you can give you can use one of the refugee names from your research. That's absolutely fine. Okay, and then I'm going to branch off from here. So on the edge of these two lines I'm going to just come off with almost like a greater than less than sign for maths. So I'm going to have a section which goes up to there. Okay, and I'm going to do similarly up to about this point on my thinking column. Okay, so it doesn't need to be precise, but using a ruler and separating it up absolutely helps. Okay, so it looks like that. So I've kind of got almost a valley, and then from the bottom underneath it I'm going to come down slightly shallower than the other lines. So I'm not making a big X, I'm sort of coming out with this sort of shape. Okay, and that's because I need some space at the bottom of my page, and I'll show you that again in a minute. Okay, and then underneath it I'm going to have a horizontal line across here. Okay, and then I'm going to have one vertical coming down from that. Okay, and those are all the lines I need to draw. So then I'm going to fill in my different sections on here. Okay, so I'm going to have my who here. Okay, and obviously we're not going to write who is the person, we're going to put their name here. Okay, in this top bit, this top section here is what do they think and feel. Okay. And when I'm writing in here, I'm going to want to use bullet points, and I'm going to keep my writing horizontal, because if I start doing it all over the place and start writing at angles, it's going to become really difficult to read. In here, I'm looking for what do they see. Okay, and when I'm thinking about what do they see, you can obviously put what do they literally see around them, but also think a bit deeper than that. Think about if we're considering refugees here, do they see people being kind to them, or do they see people being unkind? Do they see people helping them out, or do they see people crossing the road to avoid them? On this side we have what do they hear. Okay, and again, it could be literally what they hear, but also you could be hearing negative messages. It could be hearing people say, we don't want refugees in our country. It could be all kinds of things that they hear through the media, not necessarily the sounds of the wind and the rain around them, or the sounds of the sea, whatever it may well be. What do they hear? What messages do they hear? Rather than actual sounds, think a bit deeper than that. Here we have what do they say and do. Okay, and within this box we're thinking about kind of what's their attitude. What do they do in public? You know, within this is kind of not just the here and now, but kind of like what's the, you know, what have their actions been? Okay, what's caused them to be where they are? What actions, what course have they taken? And then at the bottom I've got these two sections here. Okay, and the left hand one is the pain. Okay, so in here we can be talking about fears. We can be talking about frustrations. And we can be talking about obstacles. So things that get in their way. Okay, what's stopping them from getting where they want to be? Here we're talking about gain. Okay, and so essentially that's what is success, or what does success? What does success look like? Okay, and this is what we do when we're filling it in section by section. What you need to do is you'll need to think about, I would start with this one, what do they think and feel? Start with this one, this is probably the largest one, bullet point down. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? Okay, and then do one section at a time. Try not to have a scattergun approach where you're doing little bits in all the different sections. Try and fill one in. Try and complete one first of all with bullet points written horizontally. Give yourself lines if you need to coming down. Okay, and then think about here, what do they see? What do they hear? What do they say and do? What are the pains, frustrations and obstacles? What do they want to succeed in? What do they want success to be?